Here we are at 6006 Neptune Drive or Avenue in Fort Collins. Just a little bit further away from that Constellation Place. This part of the neighborhood is actually in a lot better shape. It looks like most people do take care of their properties. Some of the landscaping is a little overgrown in areas, but not as bad looking as in the other area in the same neighborhood. This one definitely has some work on the outside to do in terms of weed pulling and everything like that. Doesn't look like these guys have an irrigation system, so these would have to be hand-watered grass, or you could always go to a Xeriscape or something like that to minimize water use. The concrete coming up the driveway, a few little cracks, but still in good condition. The exterior was painted recently. Everything from the brick to the garage doors to the trim, so that wouldn't have to be done anytime soon. One thing I was going to mention is right up at the garage here, this whole front area above the garage looks like it would need to be redone or refixed up in terms of siding, which could be a couple grand, which isn't too bad on that side. We'll head straight in. Flipping around here, you got a nice little covered area that you could put a little patio or something like that in if you ever wanted a little extra space out front to kind of get away. It's actually pretty secluded in terms of front door. The siding on this side as well is pretty beat up too, and so this side as well might need to be fixed up, or you could just go through and maybe have someone fix just some of the areas that are warped. But from the front door, you do have quite a bit of privacy. You don't see any of your neighbors or anything like that. You also do have access to the garage from the outside as well, also from the inside. Coming in, these guys recently did replace all the carpet and flooring in here, except for the kitchen area. Swinging to the left, straight over, you're gonna have your washing machine, and you're also gonna have your water heater as well. Water heater is newer, and so I wouldn't assume seeing any issues in the future on that side for a while. Coming into the garage, oversized garage, two-car garage with oversized, so you can definitely put stuff on the sides of the garage, like shelving and warehouse stuff. I know you guys were asking about the crawl space. So this is actually a very deep crawl space. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you it or not. Might be too dark. Yeah, so it's just a small crawl space for storage. I mean, it's just too dark to see in here, but it's let's see if this light works. Light doesn't work in here, but you got about a 10 by 10 space underneath the house that you can use for crawl space, and then there's some extra space behind it as well for more storage. Flip around here. Pretty tough to get in and out of in terms of a crawl space. It's just got some really steep steps, but like I said, plenty of storage in here. And that door in front of us is the access to the outside front door. This home does not have any AC in it, so just be prepared for that side of it. It does have central heat though, so you could definitely add in AC. These guys use a swamp cooler that is outside here. It does stay with the home. It does a pretty good job of keeping the house cool. It's just, it does allow, you know, a little more bugs in because you do have to keep the window open to keep it running. But putting a screen in there would help. Like I said, carpets, paint, you know, there's a few dings and scratches on the paint, but it is relatively new. It does look like it was done by a homeowner from what I can tell. A few smudges, but nothing too concerning. You do have a couple cracks that they tried to fix in the ceiling that just didn't go so well. So getting a professional in here to fix some of those cracks is not going to be too expensive. Here's the kitchen. It's actually a nice wide open kitchen on this side. Newer cabinetry. Pretty much the whole kitchen is new in terms of cabinetry, countertops, and appliances. Appliances are a couple years old. But plenty of natural light coming through here. At the sink you do have a nice view to the backyard and plenty of light from the kitchen area. This wall right here you could always knock out or use for something else, because they did put the fridge on this side of the pantry, or of the, not pantry, but of the kitchen. But technically it looks like it was supposed to go here at one point. It's just too tall to fit now. But otherwise, you know, breaking down that wall there and taking down this little half wall here, you could really open up this room and really make it a nice open feel if you always wanted to, but it's also plenty good enough space for the way it's set up now even. All the windows look like they're in pretty good condition. I think I see one window that looks like the seal has been broken, and so that might be a few $100 there. So this one does, like you said, the master only has a quarter bath in it, so we'll get there in just 2 seconds. But here's the first bedroom. It's maybe a 10 by 12, I would assume, just size wise. Has a decent sized closet in it. It's probably about 6 foot long by 2 foot wide. None of these rooms have ceiling fans in them. Straight across from the first bedroom is going to be the bathroom that everybody's going to have to use, except for in the master when you have to. You can actually use that as a quarter bath. Newer cabinetry down there, but it does have a little peel and nick on it. Something that would be pretty hard to fix for you guys. You can do it just a touch-up paint on it, or you can just go out and get a new one from Home Depot. They have those at Home Depot for a few $100. This is a full bath. Fiberglass is in okay condition. It's got some staining in it here and there, but nothing a little bit of a comet could take out. They did fully paint this entire room in here. You can kind of see why I said this is a homeowner's job, is you have a bunch of paint drips that occurred in here. And so it just, you can kind of tell that this area would need to be repainted at some point. But other than that, everything else in there is pretty decent. Coming back out, straight across is just a linen closet. Straight in front of us is another kind of linen closet as well. And then over to the left here is going to be the master bedroom. All these rooms are pretty close to the same size. This might be more like a 12 by 11, 12 by 12. So you could fit a king bed in here. It'd be a little tight. You wouldn't have too much room for dressers. This is the only closet for the master bedroom. Same size as the other one, 6 foot long, 2 foot deep. And then, just like you guys were saying, this is the quarter bath that is in the master bedroom. Not really sure why they went with a quarter bath, but it was the only way they could make it work. So you do only have a toilet and a sink and nothing else for the master bathroom. There's not really a way either, from what I can tell, to add a shower in there, just with how tight everything is, unless you were to go in and turn the master bed, 2 of these bedrooms into a master bedroom. That'd be about the only way I could really see you making it work. Third bedroom, this is the exact same size as the other one, 10 by 12 or 13. It's an okay size, same closet. The doors all have some nicks on them, you can tell, so that might be a hard thing to replaced or sand down, so they could end up needing to be replaced at some point, or you could paint over them if it doesn't bother you too much. Last thing I forgot to show you was this closet. It's a little bit deeper of a closet, so it could be used a little bit more for better storage as well. And then you also have a closet here as well for coats. Coming back out, we'll just check out the backyard, and that should be about it for this video, guys. Coming out to the backyard, like I said, there's no irrigation back here, so it's just going to be kind of all weeds right now. Multiple different fences along the edge here. You got a black fence on that house, wood fencing along the shrubbery, and then chain link fence on this side, and a privacy fence on the other. Siding on the back side of the house as well is kind of in rough shape. Would definitely need to be looked at a little closer. But this was where the smog cooler is at. You guys see how it's hung up and stuff. A lot of people have to winterize these as well and bring them in during the winter time instead of leaving them outside, or you just have to empty all the refrigerant out of it. It is pretty dirty, so pulling it apart and getting it cleaned and getting it checked out by a company would be a good idea. Setting on this part of the house is actually probably the setting that's in the best shape. Just a little dirty. This is the back side of the house. Need a new light fixture. Roof, kind of hard to tell what condition it is in. I don't see any peeling shingles or anything like that, but that's about the only thing I can tell you on that side. And then this is the last little section of the property. You definitely could put an AC unit out here. You got plenty of space. AC units can be anywhere between $6 to $8 grand, just depending on how hard it is for them to put it in and attach it to the central air unit. But other than that, that is pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if there's anything else you guys want on that side, also let me know on that. But I will try and go over later today to get those other two places that you guys wanted to look at and show you them. But just let me know. Have a good day, guys. See ya.